So if you have been lured to this video by YouTube's algorithm, most likely you play Tarkov and you use a combo of double Salewa, Salewa and IFAK, Salewa and AFAK, double AFAK, double IFAK, IFAK AFAK. I think that's all the combos. If you use any of those, it's not good. It's bad. I'm gonna show you the best med you can use, and it's cheaper than the current combo you're running. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Exfil and Hideout. My name is Ghost. We have another Tarkov video for you today. If you guys enjoyed today's content, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the content if you want to see more of it, hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. I would love to catch you guys by the stream every day, but Sunday right now, in the evening, 6 p.m. All the changes are in the Discord. All the links you need are in the description. Let's get into the video. What is the best med? Okay, so jumping right into it, many of you are going to be using many of the combos that I've said. I have used those combos many times because in my mind, only Chads use Grizzlies. Grizzlies are expensive, which technically they are, okay, technically. They're big, they're a 2x2 slot, so you have to use special rigs to even be able to fit them. And it's 1800 HP, which in my opinion, I'm gonna die with it and I'm gonna lose it anyways. So I run double Salewa, I run Salewa IFAK, Salewa AFAK, and many of the other combos that you guys run. Now, what I wanna point out to you guys is that not only is it cheaper to run a Grizzly, some of it you'll have to like stock up a little bit, but it's way better. There has been some changes to the Grizzly, like for one, to remove a fracture, it's only 50 HP now, when it used to be a lot more. That by itself is huge because that means you don't have to carry an ALU in your container. You don't have to carry single splints or an ALU on your body at all, because now you have this for your splints, which means you get an extra space in your container or an extra space in your stuff. The Grizzly you can get as soon as Therapist level 2, and you're gonna use this barter. Now, this barter, you might feel is hard because everyone is scarred by gas analyzers because you haven't been able to find them the entire wipe and they're missing. Buy them off the flea market. We have gas analyzers averaging. So the prices we're going to talk about are averages on Tarkov market. We're not going to be guessing. I'm not going to be going with today's, giving you guys the lowest price for today when tomorrow they're going to be more expensive. The average for the week is 17,000 rubles for the gas analyzer, okay? So we're at 17K. One UV lamp is 9K, okay? That is 26,051 rubles for a single Grizzly. Now, you guys are probably thinking, well, that's expensive. I pay less because I craft my Salewas or I craft my AFAKs or whatever the case is, okay? So if you were to buy a Grizzly, you get 2 per reset. That is 26K a Grizzly. Now, if you were to buy the Grizzly, it's a little bit different. You can buy it for 50K. And then you can also get it for, I didn't know the average for this, you can get it for 40K, which is actually the average. The average is 40K. So 40K on Flea, 50K from Therapist, but you get it for 26K using this barter. Now that we have our current price for the Grizzly, everything will be on the screen for you guys. Let's talk about Salewa. Salewa is 20K. If we go to Therapist, we're going to be able to get it for 23K. You can buy it from, you can get it for a paid, which most paids, I think the average is 19K. So let's say that's the cheapest. If we were to get it straight from Flea, it is 18K for these first 4, but they usually sit right around 20K. So let's say 19K for the cheapest for the paid. And then we're going to look at the craft, which takes 35 minutes. And that is going to net us at 22.7K for the craft. So the craft's actually not even cheaper either for those of you who give the craft argument. But this is the issue. We don't run one Salewa. And if you do, I would love to hear it. I don't really see ever people run one Salewa. If you run a single Salewa, maybe you're okay with 400 HP and a hemostat, maybe. But for the most part, this video is going to be geared towards the people who run the combos and to realize that it's way cheaper to run a Grizzly at 1800 HP, okay? You're getting 3.5 times what you would be getting out of a single Salewa and more, okay? So the Salewa is going to be 20K by itself, 22K if you craft it, and you're going to be running 2 of them, which is going to net you between 40 and 46K essentially, okay? Now, that is way more expensive than a Grizzly. It takes up the exact same amount of room. They're not as good as a Grizzly. After we go over the IFAK, I'm gonna go over why they're not as good, because I'm gonna compare all three, how they heal heavy bleeds, small bleeds, all of that stuff, okay? So we have that. Then we're gonna go to the IFAK. The IFAK is 17K on fleet average, 27K from therapist, 16K to craft it, and it's just not as good. It's less HP. Sure, it's a 1 slot, so you could put it in your container if you really wanted to or something like that. But when you're running double, think about that. So they're 27K a piece. They cost more than a Salewa, which means you're gonna be spending 54K, right, to 60K running 2 IFAKs. So it'd be cheaper in that point to run 2 Salewas, and Salewas are better. So that's IFAK. AFAK is a whole nother level. AFAKs are 28. I don't even have them on here because they're pointless to run if you're trying to save money and you're trying to run the most efficient thing. They're loud. They're louder than a Salewa and worse than a Salewa. Okay. So we have 28K on Flea for an AFAK, and then it is 38K to get it from Peacekeeper. So it's 40K to buy it from Trader and 28K to get it from Flea, and you would most likely be running 2 of them, which means you're gonna even make that even higher. Per kit, you're gonna be running 60 to 65K to run double AFAKs. And that's not including the price you're gonna pay on the hemostat, okay? Let us compare these really quickly so I can show you why I am so ravenous about everyone running a Grizzly. We have the Grizzly stopping light bleeding at 40. We have the Salewa stopping light bleeding at 45. So those are very, very close. And then we have the IFAK to stopping light bleeds at 30. So it is the best at stopping light bleeds at 30, but it also only has 300 health. Remember that. Stopping heavy bleeds at 130, the Grizzly, 130, okay? Salewa stopping heavy bleeds at 175. You're tanking it. You're literally taking half of it to heal a heavy bleed if you don't have a hemostat. Stopping heavy bleeds at 210. 210 of 300 is a heavy bleed. If you accidentally heal a heavy bleed with this, you nuke the entire med, essentially, okay? The other thing that this does that neither of them do is this removes a fracture for only 50 HP, lower than it's ever been, and it removes contusion, okay? Now, the other thing that people are gonna say is, well, the Salewa and the IFAK are so much more fast. You can heal way faster than you can with the Grizzly. The Grizzly animation takes forever, okay? The Grizzly use time is 5 seconds, so they're correct when it comes to that, but I'm gonna show you how to make it the same. Use time is 3 seconds, use time is 3 seconds. The problem that people don't understand with the Grizzly is the Grizzly heals in a 2-step process, okay? It heals your health pull in the first step, and it heals any type of secondary damage, light bleed, heavy bleed, break, in the second phase. There's 2 phases of healing in the Grizzly. Now, when you allow the Grizzly to heal the first phase and you cancel the second phase, you end up at the same time as the Salewa and the IFAK, making it the most OP med you can have in the game. And that is why you see so many Chads or really good players utilizing the Grizzly, because 1, they have extra space in their container because they don't have to run an ALU. They don't have to have an extra item on them. And they have 1800 health on this, so they can get in fight after fight after fight, raid after raid after raid, and not change it. And they are healing in the exact same time you are healing with your Salewa or IFAK, and they're saving money. So let's go into raid and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, don't worry about my legs being blacked out. Let me show you the entire heal process if you need to heal a bleed, heal a break, or any of that stuff, okay? We're gonna press it, and you're gonna see both animations. Look on the bottom right of the screen. You're gonna see something pop up that says healed. Okay, see that first heal? That was my complete heal through for the bleed, but it didn't heal any health because it was prioritizing that bleed, okay? If I wanted to prioritize healing instead of the bleed, you can easily move the Grizzly somewhere, right? And when it starts to heal, you're gonna see, as soon as you see it pop up on the right screen, click mouse 1. My heal's done. Do you see how much quicker that was than healing like a bleed? Now, if you're in the middle of a fight, right? You get a bleed, you get a break, you get something like that, and you don't want to get stuck in the second animation because it's going to force itself to try to fix whatever is happening on that second end. If you don't want it to do that, you stop it at the first heal spot. So we're gonna do that again. I'm just gonna press my heal. Watch the bottom right screen. As soon as you see it, click. You're done. You healed that portion. Let's do it again. And you get used to it to the point where you don't have to look at the bottom right of your screen. You'll be like moving around, fighting, healing, and you're going to go into like this, and you can see in your peripheral. As soon as you see it pop up, you hear the little noise, you just press it and you're done. You're healed. That is how quick you can heal with a Grizzly. But let me show you the full animation one more time while we heal a break, okay? So the break is on this leg. If for some reason I didn't want to spend the time healing a break and I still wanted to heal, I would just move it to where I want it to be. And then we're gonna click as soon as we see it. Just like that, we're done. Now, if we just press heal by itself, it's gonna prioritize that break. So we're gonna go through the first spot, right there, first spot. Now it's going through the second phase. And that's the break. That is the 2 phases of the Grizzly healing and how you can basically cancel the second animation and heal very quickly. Okay, now that I showed you that you can get the Grizzly quickly, Therapist too, now you guys know that the Grizzly is better in literally almost every way, having way more health and still being cheaper. We have the Grizzly coming in hot at 26,051 rubles. If you want to run your Salewas, it's going to be 45,416 rubles. And if you want to run your IFAKs, it is 36,000 rubles. I know. It's crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching another video. I hope that this shed a little bit of light on how some of the meds work and why the Grizzly is literally so OP, why so many people run it. If you're wondering, if you guys are like me, I used to think there's just no way I can run it. I don't make enough money for that in Tarkov. I'm not rich like everybody else. I don't want to run a Grizzly and waste my money on something that's so big and so much more expensive. But when you find out that it's not, it makes it a lot easier. If you guys end up liking the content and it brought you some value, make sure you guys smash the like button. It does go a long way for the channel. You can always sub to see more content. I would love to also catch you guys by the stream. We stream every day but Sunday. So come by, have some fun, and watch me do some of this stuff live or ask questions live or any of that stuff. Hope you guys are very blessed. Hope you have an amazing day or night, depending on where you're at in the world. And wait, don't go anywhere. There's more videos over here. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. I will catch you guys on the next one. Happy raids, my friend.